The following is a production of the Averett Sports Network.
Hello and welcome, Cougar Nation. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. I'm joined by Drew Wilson, our Sports Information Director here at Averett University. And Drew, we got a great game to start off our Saturday doubleheader here in Danville, Virginia. It's the Averett Cougars set to host the Randolph College Wildcats, each team coming in with a good record. Averett 8-2 has not started conference play. Randolph 7-3, 1-1 in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Happy New Year, Drew.
Happy New Year to you too, as well as to the rest of Cougar Nation out there. And it's good to get started here in 2016 after quite a long break here. And guys haven't played since December 17th, so it's good to see them back at it. And I know they're chomping at the bit to get out there and start playing.
Definitely. We're chomping at the bit to start watching some basketball here as we get started on our Daily 7 pregame show. Welcome to our Daily 7 pregame show. Need a place to stay next time you come to Danville to cheer on the Cougars? Be sure to check out one of the fine Daily 7 properties, Holiday Inn Express, Courtyard Marriott, or the Innkeeper, conveniently located just a short drive from North Campus, Main Campus, and many of Danville's historic locations. Don't forget, Holiday Inn Express, Courtyard Marriott, or Innkeeper on your next trip to Daly Field or the Grant Center. Daily 7, proud sponsors of Averett University Athletics. So breaking down today's matchup, I'm looking to the post, as I often do, with Carter Jones and Averett's leading scorer and rebounder Charles Bryant to do some damage on the inside against Randolph.
Yeah, we really saw Carter Jones come alive here in this last few weeks before the break. He battled that hand injury in the preseason and kind of got a little bit of a slow start. He's really kind of bounced back from that and has done a solid job. You can see it by his numbers and the stats he's putting up. He's probably averaging almost a double-double, if not at least a double-double, since he came back. And, he's just having a good, solid senior year. That's what you like to see. And then, of course, Charles Bryant, you talked about, first-team all-conference last year, having another strong season this year. Just one of those guys who attacks the boards, kind of gets his points a little silently. You don't really realize they're adding up until at the end of the game you're like, oh, wow, he has, double-digit points. So he's sort of sneaky that way. And then, you got the rest of those guys in the starting lineup, guys like Trevor West and Bradley Robinson, who are capable of putting up a ton of points any given night as well. And James Contreras has been a solid contributor in his 2 seasons here while starting. So good, well-mixed lineup, and should be good today against this Randolph team. I
100% agree. I would venture as far as to say that this is probably one of the most well-rounded starting 5 units in the USA South Conference, going against an Old Dominion Conference, athletic conference foe today. But regardless, in Averett's conference, I think this is one of the more well-rounded starting 5s. And you mentioned Charles Bryant getting his points silently. I find him to be one of the most fun players to watch in transition in our conference. And he's so effective at getting to the basket and getting into the lane and finishing in transition with traffic around him that I think it boosts the confidence of every player on the court with him, just his raw finishing ability, especially in transition, and that swings momentum big time. Looking at Randolph College, a couple of one freshman, Josh Frund, in the middle. He'll be matched up with Carter Jones or Charles Bryant, so a tall task for that freshman to tackle for Randolph College. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more of our Daily 7 pregame show here on Averett Sports Network. Welcome back to AU Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. I am joined by Drew Wilson here on our Daily 7 pregame show. Danville, Virginia, the site. Randolph College, hosted by Averett University Cougars. So here we are, our Big Sky Rentals breakdown. Stressed out over planning a holiday wedding or hosting a special event. Need rental equipment for that construction or landscaping project you wanted to start? Then go see the folks down at Big Sky Rents and Events, who remind you that their inventory really is as big as the Montana sky. Drew, we were talking over the break about the Cougars' last win on Monday, I believe, at UVA Wise, a Division II foe. A big win for them, a 7-point win in overtime, carrying momentum into break. You got people at school going home, friends, family going away, you stay here. That's a big win for this Cougars club, coming into break and coming back to school for the spring semester and the start of conference play coming up.
Absolutely. Anytime you can beat a Division II team, doesn't matter who it is, somebody above your division, that's a huge win for you mentally and just momentum-wise. And I really think the Cougars, by getting that win, especially after coming off that loss at home to Lynchburg, where they just didn't look like they played well at all, to get that win on the road at a Division II team on their day where they had the entire gym filled with children from local schools, cheering on UVA Wise. So to get that win certainly helped, I think, this team going into the break and give them a little bit of momentum coming into today after a couple of days off. But, the Cougars really showed what they could do in that game. And they pretty much led Wise almost the entire game. Then Wise came back early in the second half, and then it was kind of a fight to the finish, and they go to overtime. So for the Cougars to battle back there on the road and win in overtime at a D2 school, quite a solid victory there.
And an impressive 7-point win in overtime. Good showing by them to pull away at the end, especially coming off, like you said, a 17-point loss to Lynchburg at home, which is one of 2 games they've played so far this year. Cougars really, since last year, have not been prone to losing at home. So that was a big loss for them. But as you mentioned, coming up strong against UVA Wise.
They only held Wise to 3 points in overtime, so it was quite a finish there. And going back to that loss against Lynchburg here in our last home game, I really don't chalk that up to. I think I kind of look at that as an anomaly because it was their 3rd game in 4 days. They just looked tired. They really just didn't shoot well, and I think that was because they were coming off those 2 big wins on the road up at Bridgewater. So, they lost that one, but it was kind of more, I think, of a casualty of the schedule than how this team really is.
And really that can be seen as almost a mental preparation and in a way a physical preparation early in the season for what's going to be later on in the conference. Assume all things considered.
Absolutely. You got to win 3 games in 3 days to get to the conference championship. So
a lot of that we saw last year. We saw teams breaking down, teams getting tired, teams committing serious mistakes, and that's the type of scheduling that, they did take that loss against Lynchburg. You never like to see your team take a loss, but really, as we said, that's going to be preparation for later down the road for the aspirations that this team does have with the talent that it has. They can have those aspirations of higher than just winning a certain set of regular season games or making it to the tournament. This team has higher sights and higher goals than just that.
And absolutely, and today is the final, test of preparation going into the conference, because after this game it's all conference play the rest of the way. So good news is a lot of those games are at home, so they will have a good crowd and good opportunity to play on their home court.
And conference play starts on January 6th at North Carolina Wesleyan. That's a 7:30 start for you. So that'll kick off conference play. Averett won the conference last year, hosted the conference tournament. That'd be a lovely situation to see them win out the conference in the regular season like they did last year. Of course, that's looking way down the road. Averett 8-2 on the season, yet to start conference play. As we mentioned, that comes up with Wesleyan. Randolph College 7-3 so far to start this young season, 1-1 in the ODAC. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. That'll conclude our Daily 7 pregame show. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. When we come back, we will have Jay Stevens, our public address announcer, give you our starting lineups, and we will go through our national anthem. Stay with us on AU Sports Network.
At guard, a senior from Richmond, Virginia, number 11, Zach Biscayne. At guard, a senior from Williamsburg, Virginia, number 14, Corey Brown. At guard, a sophomore from Edgewood, Maryland, number 20, Ryan Fields. And at forward, a freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 21, Josh Frun. Assistant coaches for the Wildcats are Ben Wright, Matt Klein, and Charles Hudson. And the head coach for the Wildcats is Clay Nunn. And now it's time to introduce today's starters for your Cougars of Averett University. At guard, a sophomore from Virginia Beach, Virginia, he wears number 10, Jake Contreras. At guard, a senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 13, Trevor West. At guard, a senior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 15, Bradley Robinson. At guard, a junior from Jarrett, Virginia, number 35, Charles Grant. And at center, a senior from Mooresville, North Carolina, number 50, Carter Jones. Head coach for Averett is David Duino. Courtney Snow and David Gerganis. I've got 7 days. USA South Conference in the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Request your cooperation by
Welcome back to AU Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. We are set to tip off here our 12 o'clock start between Averett University and Randolph College. Thank you for joining us if you were listening into our Daily 7 pregame show with myself and Drew Wilson. We are through with our pregame show. Our starting lineups, our anthem, and we are set to get this thing underway. As we get set for the tip, there's the matchup that I spoke about in the pregame show. The senior center, Carter Jones, matching up with the freshman, Josh Frund of Randolph College. The freshman, definitely a matchup worth looking at home. And here is the tip. Let's get him on. Come on. Averett with the tip. That's Trevor West setting up the offense after the win by Carter Jones. On the tip, Contreras. He's going to run the show for the most part for the Cougars. Him and West. Here is Robinson, gets the nice screen from Jones, swinging it around, down in the paint for Jones. Couldn't handle it. And the foul is a quick one. It will go on Riles Scott. First foul of the game for either side. First possession of the ball game results in free throws for Carter Jones. Knocks down the first one for the first point of the game. Carter Jones, a 48% free throw shooter on the season. That time he's 2 for 2. Here is Desgain. He has got some notoriety in this building. Played in 8 games so far this season, about 10 points per game. Down low to front, kick back out to Desgain. Swung around, driving against Contreras, kicked out. 8 on the shot clock. There is Riles Scott. No good. Rebound to Averett. Here comes West, bringing it up the floor. And Bradley Robinson will not be able to keep it in bounds. That's a turnover. Corey Brown bringing it up the floor with Robinson meeting him at the arc. Averett in a 2-3 zone right now. Down low to front, the left-handed hook off the front rim. Here is Robinson on the board in transition. West gives it up to Jones, swings it around Contreras. Frund comes to help. Kicked out. This is West for the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound all the way out to Robinson. They're going to get a chance to reset with a fresh shot clock. West gives it up to Contreras. Good screen by Jones. Down low, Charles Bryant. He's going to go up and underneath for two. The leading scorer for the Cougars, also the leading rebounder for Averett. Expect him to do some work against the Wildcats today. Riles Scott with the jump hook down low. A nice pass from Desgain. And Averett back on offense. Looking to work to Bryant. Nothing there. Averett staying patient within the offense, and Contreras will lose it along the baseline right as I say that. Second turnover already for the Cougars. Desgain gets a screen from Frund, looking for Frund down low. Not going to get there. That is Ryan Fields. Back to Frund, and he's got two in the low post. Well, that's the matchup we talked about in pregame. Carter Jones, Josh Frund, the senior versus the freshman respectively. Carter Jones going to kick it out to West. Gets a screen from Jones and rolls. And that is going to be a loose ball. And they're going to go back and call a travel. It appeared that it was going to be a loose ball call on that. I thought he did travel, and that is the call that is made. So here is Randolph College. Or actually, they're going to say it's Averett possession. He gave the signal for traveling. But Averett winds up with the possession inbound to Trevor West. Here's Contreras. Gives it up to Bryant. Averett using a lot of on-ball screens here against this Randolph defense. Contreras along the baseline, cuts back in, bumps with the shoulder and off the glass for two. Randolph bench wanted a foul. They're not going to get one as James Contreras gets his first two of the afternoon. Subs ready to check in. Frund, quick jump right hook. Off the glass for two. Frund right now the leading scorer on average for the Wildcats this season, as there's a catch and shoot three for Contreras, no good. Frund a big body down in the low post. This time he kicks it out. Here's Desgain, who's going to swing it around. Corey Brown, the catch and shoot triple, and it falls. The senior guard for the Randolph College Wildcats. Inside the free throw line, Bryant steps out and knocks it down from mid-range. That'll bring Averett within one here in the early going. 15 and a half left to play here in the first half. Swung around to Brown. Now Frund gets doubled. Contreras with the steal. Averett out in transition. He's got West trailing. Contreras takes it to the basket for two and a foul. James Contreras Jr., the sophomore guard out of Virginia Beach, led his conference in high school in scoring, has done it here in college with more of an all-around game. That time drives to the basket in transition and has an opportunity for a three-point play. Contreras steps to the line, knocks it down. He's a 77% free throw shooter on the season entering today. we will have a substitution. Number 23 for Randolph College enters the game, Gordon Rogo, a senior. There's Rogo, swings it around. Here's a catch and shoot triple, and it falls for Seth Wimbish, the senior out of West Virginia. Here is Contreras swinging it around. Jacoby Hawkins to his right. DeLucia gives it to West. Darren Kettner almost walked with it, put it on the floor, and he was fine. Contreras to the basket. What a nice move. Couldn't finish at the rim, but a great move to get in the lane with the spin. That foul will be on Contreras. That is Contreras' first foul. Down low, here is Rogo. Brings it back out and swinging it around. Catch and shoot triple. No good for Wimbish. Attempting the three on back-to-back possessions. Now here is Averett in transition. Good fast break defense by Randolph College. Jacoby Hawkins on the catch and shoot triple, doesn't fall. And Randolph College going to slow it down as they bring it up the floor with this gain. Averett coming off a big overtime victory against Division II foe UVA Wise. And that is to the basket for two and a foul. That is Ryan Fields on the drive, takes the contact, and he will step to the free throw line for one. Timeout on the floor. It'll be a media timeout. We will stay right here as we sort this out. So your score right now, 14-11, Randolph College ahead of Averett. It'll be Ryan Fields stepping to the free throw line here in a moment for the Wildcats. He will have a chance to convert on an and one. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. Matt Johnson here as we step to the free throw line. This is going to be Ryan Fields, the sophomore guard out of Edgewood, Maryland. He has an opportunity to convert on an and one. Fields, a 66% free throw shooter on the season, able to convert on that one. Here come the Cougars. Trevor West bringing it across the half-court line for Averett. Into the corner, this is Hawkins. Thought about the three, passed it up. Devontae Pennell in the game. He's a high motor player. Here's DeLucia on the catch-and-shoot three, no good. Rebound to Wimbish. Bringing it up the floor, this will be Reed Jacoby for the Wildcats. Pennell meets him. Averett looks like they're in the man defense right now. They were in a 2-3 earlier. Back to the 2-3 here as the drive and the crash. That is good. 4-2, that is Ramel Hicks. Randolph College out to a 6-point lead early here in Danville. Only the third home game of the season so far for the Cougars. They are back on the road in 4 days at North Carolina Wesleyan to open up conference play. 8 on the shot clock. Nice bounce pass from Pennell, and Kettner goes to the basket for 2 and a foul. Nice bounce pass by Devontae Pennell, finding Kettner down low. The sophomore forward out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So Kettner will step to the free throw line after converting with the contact. Kettner, 7 of 10 free throws on the season, make that 8 of 11 with the make. That conversion will also bring Averett within 3, 17-14 here with 12:44 remaining in the first half. No blue crew here today. You can notice on the far side of the court, students still on winter break. Grant Center has still filled out pretty nicely considering the winter break status to support their Averett Cougars. There's Frund down low, no good. Rebound to Pennell. Pennell grabbed that rebound over DeLucia. Here is Hawkins in the corner. That is Hicks defending. Jacoby comes out to meet Pennell. DeLucia backing down. The offense continues. Down low, Carter Jones. No good as the shot clock expires. Transition for Randolph College to the basket. That is Ramel Hicks, who went to the floor hard in the lane. The foul will be on Austin DeLucia. So DeLucia's first foul will put Ramel Hicks on the free throw line for his first 2 free throw attempts of the afternoon. A 72% free throw shooter on the season. No good on that try. Keeps it a 3-point game for the Cougars. Hicks coming into today's action, 13 out of 18 from the free throw line. Today, Ramel Hicks, 1 for 1 from the field. Give him 3 points as he's 1 for 2 on that trip from the free throw line. Hicks is going to check out, and that'll bring Desgain back in. TJ McAllister gives it off to Bryant down low. Carter Jones backing down front. Everybody yelling travel. Kicks it out. This is TJ McAllister for 3 in the corner. No good. And Charles Bryant and Josh Frund are tied up in the paint. The foul will go on Charles Bryant. So Randolph College has been in control here early on. They've had the lead here for a solid several minutes. It was at last 12-11 with Averett's closest deficit. They've kept it within 3 or 4 here in the past couple of minutes, but Randolph College definitely trying to pull away. Here's Frund along the baseline, loses the handle. Charles Bryant with the steal. Here comes Pennell, who's going to slow it down. He did not have the numbers. Bryant gives it off, and here's Bradley Robinson. He's 7th all-time for Averett University men's basketball in scoring. Down low, great feed from Charles Bryant to Carter Jones. Beautiful over-the-top pass to Jones, open hand. And that one almost lost out of bounds. Back to Zach Desgain. He's got to cross half court, and he does. 20 on the shot clock. A very stressful trip up the court for Zach Desgain. Swung around along the baseline. Great block by Charles Bryant. But they're going to call TJ McAllister for the foul. There was contact, a definite clean block by Charles Bryant, but that is going to be McAllister who was in on the body, as that was Ryan Fields going to the basket. He will step to the line for 2 shots. He's 1 of 1 so far from the line today. Can't knock down that first free throw on this trip. Coming into today, we mentioned it earlier, a 66, 67 right about % free throw shooter. 1 of 2 so far today. Make that 1 of 3 with the missed rebound to Carter Jones. James Contreras ready to check back in for the Cougars. Devontae Pennell gives it up. Nice give and go to Charles Bryant. No good on the shot. Pennell on the offensive glass has it stolen. Here comes Ryan Fields and transition. Great defense by Bradley Robinson, but he got called for the foul. That was a great play by Robinson to get out and protect the rim, but unfortunately there was contact. Six fouls already on the Cougars. This is Fields again to the free throw line. Missed both of them on his last trip. And that's 3 straight for Fields from the line. It'll stay a 2-point game. Fields, the sophomore guard for the Wildcats. They're going to make another substitution. This will be Wimbish coming back into the game. He will replace Andy Toe. Bradley Robinson helping out, wiping down the floor. As we get set for Fields' 5th free throw of the afternoon. And he knocks it down, so Wimbish 2 for 5 from the free throw line, or excuse me, Ryan Fields 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Give him 5 points on the afternoon, 4 points. Here is Contreras looking for help. Trevor West drives, steps back on the crossover and knocks down a mid-range jumper. And Pennell's going to defend on the full court. Corey Brown crosses over, dumps it off. Wimbish dumps it off again. Fields. Good ball movement by both squads so far here in the early going. Here is Brown, gives it up. Wimbish, 8 on the shot clock for the Wildcats. In the lane, no good. Good post move by Wimbish. Just couldn't get the shot to fall. West kicks it out. Now they're going to reset. Bryant sets a screen for Contreras, gets it back. Steps back on the jumper along the baseline for 2. Charles Bryant. And Averett back in the driver's seat in this one, 20-19. And Desgain drives and takes Devontae Pennell off the dribble. Too high off the glass. Zach Desgain, a nice play with Pennell defending. Battle down low going between Desgain and Robinson. Robinson now gets it coming out. Here comes West, picks up the dribble, gives it off to Pennell, controlled it on the loose ball, airballs it, sent up by Charles Bryant as he falls along the baseline. And Averett takes the lead back. Charles Bryant falling out of bounds, just barely got the shot off. Has 8 points already. Good ball movement by the Wildcats. 3 by Desgain, no good.
Kept in bounds by Bryant to West, and here comes the offense in transition. West behind the back. Robinson stepping into a three, and he knocks it down. Beautiful behind the back pass by Trevor West right in front of us here at the scorers table. And Averett's up to a 4-point lead now. And they're going to call that a carry by Desgain, a turnover for Randolph. Averett basketball with the lead. Here is West on the inbound. Gives it up to Contreras, DeLucia, Hawkins. You can hear Coach Duino looking for ball movement. Three in the corner, no good, airballed, and it'll stay Averett possession. It was definitely a close play underneath the basket. That call will go Averett's way. Inbound from Hawkins. He's got to get it out there. Here is DeLucia. Trevor West for three, and he knocks it down. Trevor West made a couple of plays in a row here. The pass to Robinson. That time he knocks down the three himself. 7-point game. Averett in the driver's seat. In the corner, Contreras defending Fields, and that is going to be a travel. Gordon Rogo. And that'll be a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor, so stay with us here on Averett Sports Network. 7-point lead. Your Cougars on top. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. We are bringing you some nice Saturday afternoon basketball, a doubleheader here on AU Sports Network. Right now, it is the men on top of Randolph College Wildcats, 28-21, with 6 minutes, 32 seconds remaining here in the first half. Coming out of a media timeout, it'll be Averett possession. And Austin DeLucia set for the inbound. A couple of back-to-back threes for the Cougars on their last two possessions. Bradley Robinson knocking down one off a behind-the-back pass from Trevor West, then West coming up and knocking one down on the next possession. Setting up Averett with a 7-point lead as Contreras drives to the basket. He's done that well this afternoon. He couldn't hit, but Trevor West there on the rebound and able to put it home. So Averett, a 9-point lead so far here in the first half. That is Rogo to the basket. A little wild on the finish and good defense by the Cougars. No good. Here is the Averett offense. Screen by Robinson. DeLucia continues to move the basketball, gets it back, looking to drive, gets double teamed, and the foul. That foul will be on Rogo. First foul on Gordon Rogo. Four fouls on the Wildcats so far here in the first half. To Averett's 6. Down low, Carter Jones battling with Frund, goes right hand high off the glass, no good. Frund has played himself a pretty good game against one of the standout centers of the USA South. As that is Zach Desgain driving to the basket. The foul will go on James Contreras, his second, 7th team foul for the Cougars. So this will put Zach Desgain on the free throw line. No good on the first free throw attempt. Desgain, the leading free throw shooter as far as makes and attempts for the Wildcats, 27 of 41 entering today's action. That is a 66% clip. That time he's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Here is Jacoby Hawkins bringing it up the floor. Trevor West directing traffic for Coach David Duino. Jones back to West. Pennell, Averett, and Randolph College both showing some good ball movement here in this one. Hawkins steps into the jumper, no good. Or rebound goes to Charles Bryant, and that'll set up Averett with another 30 seconds. Pennell fakes the pass, and no good on the three-point attempt. Ball tipped around, finally recovered by Josh Frund, the freshman center. And this is Desgain bringing it up. Makes a hesitation move into the lane and is fouled. Going to the basket. That foul will go on Jacoby Hawkins. That'll be his second foul of the afternoon. Zach Desgain, looking at his numbers earlier, has played in 8 games, made 5 starts. In his 8 games, averaging 10.4 points per game. That is good for second on the team to Josh Frund. As that free throw no good on the 1-and-1. So Averett with the rebound. Now they'll bring it up the floor. Still a 9-point ball game here for your Cougars. Firmly in control of this one for the time being. Bryant crosses over. Now backing down. Looks to turn. Spins along the baseline. Gets rid of it. Pennell dumps it off to West for 3. No good. Rebound to Desgain. He's going to bring it up the floor in a hurry. Sets in the lane. Looks like it might have been tipped by Carter Jones. Let's see what the call is. I think one ref looks like he's signaling jump ball, but they're actually going to call a foul. Ryle Scott with the foul. Looked like one official was signaling or thinking about signaling a jump ball. Instead, it's going to be the 3rd foul of the ball game on Ryle Scott, who with 3 fouls has not had a lot of action here in this one. He has spent some time on the bench with foul trouble. Only 6 minutes for the Wildcats. Each other starter in double figures for minutes, so the foul trouble definitely hurting him. Catch and shoot 3, no good, way off on that one. That was Sadiq Johnson on the catch and shoot attempt, playing some tight defense now on Reed Jacoby. Down low, Frund for 2, An easy basket for him. Carter Jones was helping, and Frund was able to get open for the easy lay-in. And for Josh Frund, the leading scorer on average for the Wildcats, already 6 in this one. So on his way to his average, Johnson lost the basketball, got it back. 10 on the shot clock for the Cougars. West had a screen, a contested jumper. Great rebound by Devontae Pinnell, who comes out of nowhere to snag that. One of the smallest guys on the court now has 2 offensive rebounds. Catch and shoot 3 for Charles Bryant, no good. And Carter Jones has a rebound taken away from him. That is going to be Hicks, who hits the floor, and they're going to call a travel. Wow. That was Ramel Hicks, who got bumped by Carter Jones, who lost control of the rebound, got bumped himself, went into Hicks, who hit the deck. And Hicks called for the travel, so Averett, off the Randolph College turnover, gets another possession. Here is Bryant, a fresh 30 for the Cougars. Up 7. Down low. Bryant, a lot of contact. No call, and off the glass, way away from the rim. Here is Hicks, loses the dribble, gets it back. Down low, kicked back out. That is Andy Toe, now down low for the Wildcats. That foul will go on TJ McAllister, his second. Stepping to the free throw line, Ramel Hicks for the Wildcats. 1 of 2 so far from the free throw line. Can't knock it down on the 1-and-1. Rebound goes to Rogo. No good on the jump hook. Rebound to Bradley Robinson. And the foul will be on number 32. That'll be Jason Eddy, the senior forward. Starting to see a good amount of fouls on both sides. 9 for the Cougars, 6 for Randolph. Robinson gives it to Pinnell. Bryant swinging around McAllister. 3 for Devontae Pinnell, and he knocks it down. Just when things starting to feel a little stagnant for the Cougars offense, Devontae Pinnell gives them a jolt to wake this arena back up. Here is Desgain on the drive, no good. That foul will be on McAllister, another one for him. Desgain to the line, knocks down his first attempt. He is now 1 for 4 on the afternoon from the charity stripe. And as we've often said, sometimes it's the not-so-charitable stripe. It's been a difficulty today for the Randolph College Wildcats. Only 4 for 12 free throw attempts. That's 33% for you math majors out there. Desgain knocks down the second one, so on that trip he goes 2 for 2. Came into today a 65% free throw shooter, and Pinnell rushed that one ahead to Robinson, who was left uncovered. He did not take the 3. Here is Davis Absher, who gets his first minutes of the game. Solid role player for the Cougars. Here is Pinnell, nice bounce pass to Bryant along the baseline with the right hand for 2. Give Charles Bryant 10 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Give him 4 rebounds as well. He does have an assist also to the basket. That is going to be Seth Wimbish for 2 and a foul. The blocking foul will go on Devontae Pennell. Seth Wimbish for the Wildcats, able to get a three-point play opportunity, and he knocks it down. On the season, Wimbish, he knocked that one down. He's a 92% free throw shooter. Excuse me, read that wrong. 86% free throw shooter. Still outstanding, and coming into today, 19 of 22 from the free throw line. That is consistency for the Wildcats. Pennell brings it across half court. Looks like the Cougars are going to hold for the last shot of the first half. There's the offense setting up DeLucia for 3. Knocking it down is Austin DeLucia. Devontae Pennell did a great job with the feed. And a shot from half court is no good, and we will go to halftime. Averett University, a 10-point lead over Randolph College. The Wildcats trailing so far in this one. So stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We will be right back after these commercials with our Domino's Pizza halftime show. We'll break down and recap the first half of action here on our first half of the doubleheader here today. We have the women following up the men at 2 o'clock. They will tip off. It'll be Averett University and Hollins that will follow this action. But first, stay with us here on AU Sports Network. We'll be right back here with our Domino's Pizza halftime show. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. I'm here. We are here at Danville, Virginia, the Grant Center, the site, Randolph College and Averett University taking the court. So far today, it is going to be a 38-28 lead here on our Domino's Pizza halftime show. Halftime here at the Grant Center, and you know the Cougars really have done a good showing here so far in the first half. It started off pretty even. Randolph College, as we're joined by Drew Wilson, our sports information director here at Averett. Thank you for joining us on our Domino's Pizza halftime show. Really pretty even in the early going. It was, I believe it was a 12-11 lead. Then we saw Randolph College kind of jump out a little bit, about a 6 or 4 point lead. And then Averett stormed back with Devontae Pinnell on the bench, really doing a great job along the starters as well. Really a great overall effort. Yeah,
good momentum swing there and for the Cougars to come back from that. I think it was at least a 6-point deficit and regain the lead there. A couple, just nice plays. You got it's sort of in transition, and Trevor West a little fancy behind the back pass to Bradley Robinson for the three, and then shot clock running down almost at 0, and Trevor West just nails a three on the other side. So I think those two plays on back-to-back possessions really kind of help the Cougars gain that momentum and take the lead here into halftime.
And another play, Charles Bryant knocking down a really kind of a fall away into out of bounds along the baseline jumper over the backboard. Just another example of things kind of working out for the Cougars so far in the early going. But looking at our Piedmont Printing first half stats, really it's been kind of about Randolph College's poor free throw shooting, shooting 43%, let's call it, from the not so charitable stripe. That's 6 for 14. In the first half. That's not something Averett can rely on going into the second half if they're looking to hold this lead.
Yeah, Randolph really helped them out there in the first half with that, and that's one thing they're definitely talking about right now back in the locker room, because that's a lot of points to leave off the scoreboard here as they find themselves down 10 to the Cougars. So, Cougars probably on the other side need to get to the foul line more.
Yep.
Only 4 times there, and luckily 4 shots from there, and they were 4 for 4, so that's always good.
Playing a lot of basketball on the perimeter are the Cougars right now. I don't know if that matchup between Frund and Jones is something that they want to stay away from, but they're definitely playing a lot of basketball out on the perimeter.
Absolutely. So far for the Cougars, it's kind of worked to their advantage. I mean, they have hit 4 threes, although only 4 for 14, but they've been able to hit the glass pretty hard, 7 offensive rebounds. So they have benefited from that.
And that is actually going to be a perfect segue as I will take us into our Science Center, Trophy and Science Center player of the half. And I'm actually going to go with Devontae Pinnell, who provided just a huge spark and a jolt for this Averett offense coming off the bench. He had 12 minutes and a couple of his numbers. He was 1 for 3. All his shots were from downtown. He had the 3 points for that. 2 offensive rebounds, including one that saved and got the Cougars an extra possession. They ended up converting that and building their lead with it. To me, he has come into this game, and I know Charles Bryant had a great half scoring the basketball and getting a few boards of his own, but Devontae Pinnell really came in here and seemed to get things focused and recentered as they grew out to a 10-point lead.
Absolutely. I mean, he not only did the offensive rebounds, because you look at him, he's 5'5", maybe on a good day. We love him, but and so he was able to come in and soar through the big guys and take down some of those boards that you mentioned, and those were huge, not only for the team to keep possession, but just momentum-wise and mentally-wise, like, that's crushing for the other team to think the smallest person in the court came in and stole those boards away. And then I think even more impressive than those offensive rebounds were some of the passes he dished
3
inside.
assists.
Yeah, 3 assists in the first half, a couple nice ones to Charles Bryant in there, and really showed what he can do. I tell you, right before the break, he really was playing well. I've kind of noticed it. I think it was in the Lynchburg game. He had a career high in points. Have to double check that here. Yeah, had 12 points against Lynchburg, one of the bright spots in that loss. And, he was really playing well that game and has continued to play well here into the first half today. So definitely a good choice for for the player.
And, he to me epitomizes what hustle points are all about in basketball. He does all the little things that does not show up in the stat sheet. But when you watch the game, you see everything he does. And what he brings to the table coming off the bench is a key reserve for this team, a tournament-bound team, all likelihood for the USA South. I mean, he is a key role player. And, growing up in Massachusetts and watching so much Celtics basketball, that the great Tommy Heinsohn, as the analyst up there, he always said Tommy points. That was his code for hustle points, and he'd give a guy a Tommy point during the broadcast. Well, if anything, I'm going to have to start giving him some Matty points, because he is all over the court. As you said it, he's diving into the traffic, with the big fellas, and grabbing offensive rebounds, which, as we've seen, Randolph College has been unable to do, even with a pretty good size matchup for the Wildcats. It's still been Devontae Pennell coming in and crashing the boards and disrupting things.
And even more importantly, he was able to do it because some of the other guys were battling foul trouble. James Contreras, 2 fouls. T.J. McAllister picked up 3. Jacoby Hawkins with 2 as well. So he was able to come in and get some valuable minutes. I mean, I think he would have been in those minutes for the most part anyway, because it's his normal role. But to step in maybe when some of those guys are in foul trouble certainly helped pick up some big minutes for the Cougars.
Well, Drew, we're going to go to our Lowe's Home Improvements first half diagnosis. What do you think Averett needs to continue? We touched on maybe the three-point shooting a little more consistent, getting more to the free throw line more. What in your mind does Averett need to do to continue this lead?
Well, I think it seems like they've been getting the ball late into the play clock, and so maybe it seems to work, so it's hard to argue against it. But maybe you try to look inside a little bit more for Carter Jones. But some of the things they've been able to do have been because they've had the ball out on the perimeter and then dished it in late. So you hate to say that, hey, why change it, because they're up by 10 here at halftime.
Yeah. And another thing to mention, Josh Frund, I talked about it in the pregame matchup between freshman Frund and senior Jones. Frund's done a really good job, 3 of 5 from the field, 6 points, a couple of boards. He has turned it over a couple of times, but that may be a matchup they want to stay away from. Frund seems to be a pretty big guy and pretty stout in the middle, at least defensively. He's bothered Carter Jones a couple of times, who knocked down a couple of free throws, did get to the line. But really, I think it's going to be more of the same for the Cougars, playing on the perimeter. They've had success there. The 4 of 14 from three-point range. That can improve. It could get worse, but it could also improve. And they've had some open looks. It's not that they've been taking really challenging outside shots. They've had some contested looks, but they've also had some open looks that just haven't fallen yet. So we'll have to wait to the second half to see how that turns out. So that'll conclude our Domino's Pizza halftime show. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We will be right back, and we'll bring you more second half action here coming your way from the Grant Center in Danville, Virginia. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt, the Dean of AU Sports Johnson. We are bringing you more second half action, really the start of our second half here at the Grant Center, Danville, Virginia. Randolph College down 10 to your Averett University Cougars. Looking down low for Frund. That pass deflected, now down low and off the glass. Riles Scott, who had very limited minutes in the first half with foul trouble, goes for 2 off the glass. And that'll be a foul on Devontae Pinnell. And he knocks it down. So 2 and a foul. For Scott. That was actually Carter Jones on the foul, not Devontae Pinnell. Robinson corrals the loose ball. That is Jones' first foul of the afternoon. Again, deep into the shot clock for the Cougars. Looking down low for Jones. He has to get one up. He does. It doesn't come off the glass, or it doesn't come off the rim. And here is Desgain bringing it up the floor for the Wildcats. Brown swinging it around. Here's Frund at the top of the key. Now setting a screen. Desgain back to Frund. Nice pick and roll action with the right hand finger roll. Josh Frund, the freshman. The big fella making a nice move, and it's a 5-point ball game, 5-0 run for Randolph College to start this one. Trevor West back to Robinson. Carter Jones calling for it down low. So far, Frund has won that battle for the Wildcats, but Trevor West puts one home from downtown. Second three-pointer for Trevor West. He's 2 for 3 from downtown. Contreras defending. Desgain looking for a screen, now drives, right-handed floater, no good. Offensive rebound to Frund. That's his first offensive board. Carter Jones with a hand right in Frund's face, but it still falls for Randolph College. And there's a foul underneath. That'll be on Frund. In the post, he fouled Carter Jones. First foul on Frund comes here in the second half in the early going. Here is Robinson on the cut to the basket, the floater. It would not have counted anyway. He's called for the charge. A good job by Zach Desgain taking the charge and getting his feet planted as Bradley Robinson commits the foul, his second of the ball game. A group effort to wipe down the floor over by the inbound along the baseline. Corey Brown bringing it up the floor. Bradley Robinson there defensively. Riles Scott. Good screen set by Desgain. Came off and was wide open, but he couldn't knock it down from the free throw line. That is where he has struggled this season. That time he couldn't knock down a jumper from the free throw line. Here is Jones battling down low, and it is going to be Frund who fouls him. Carter Jones will get his second trip to the free throw line. That is the second foul on Frund. And Carter Jones knocks it down. His first attempt from the line on this trip. He's 3 for 3 now from the charity stripe. 1 for 4 from the field. He has struggled with Frund there defensively. It's a good matchup for the Wildcats. But Carter Jones, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. That is very good for him. Let's see what it is. They're going to call Charles Bryant called for the loose ball foul. Already 3 fouls on Averett here in the second half. Here is Desgain driving, swings to Brown. Nice defense by Carter Jones, deflecting the pass. It's a 3-on-3. Good transition defense by the Wildcats. Now it's down low to Jones. Help comes. Help leaves. Back to West. And a good job by Carter Jones to dump it off once the help comes. It freed up West to get into the lane along the baseline. And it's back to a 10-point cushion for the Averett Cougars. And it's going to be a foul. That'll be on Carter Jones. Second foul on Carter Jones. So CJ will step off the floor. Darren Kettner will come back in. He saw his usual role in the first half. Carter Jones, as we mentioned, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He leads the team in free throw attempts with 54, but he's only a 48% free throw shooter coming into the game. So a very good afternoon for Carter Jones from the free throw line, but he's struggled where he's usually very successful from the field. So Desgain with an up and under windmill layup with the left hand. West crosses over, gives it up to Bryant. Frund is on Bryant defensively with Carter Jones coming out. Kettner came in for Jones. It looks like that is Ryle Scott defending him. Contreras into the lane. The shot will not count had he made it. That'll be on Zach Desgain with the blocking foul. Inbound from Contreras. Robinson, the corner three, and it falls. Only Robinson's second field goal of the game. Both of them threes, and he's only taken 2. Get Robinson the ball. Let's get Bradley in the game. Down low front, and that's too easy for the big fella. Darren Kettner giving up a lot of size to Josh Frund, and that is Trevor West with an easy move to the basket and an easier layup. Desgain driving with the right hand, kicks it out. Seth Wimbish for 3. It splashes. Timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we will stay right here. Actually, we're going to go to a full timeout, so we will take a commercial break. Your score, 50-42, 8-point ball game, 8-point lead for the Cougars. 15 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the game. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. We are back with more live second half action here at the Grant Center, Danville, Virginia. Your Averett University Cougars hosting the Randolph College Wildcats. Right now, about 15 minutes to play left here in the second half. 8-point ball game as Jacoby Hawkins takes a jumper. It does not fall to extend the lead. It'll be out of bounds. Randolph College basketball. $50-42 your score, and even 15 minutes to play as I said that. Here is Hicks on the drive with the left hand, no good. Kettner crashing the glass, and now it's Averett the other way. Good transition defense by Randolph College. Into the three for Darren Kettner, no good. Rebound to Hicks. West dumped it off to Kettner, who had an open look, and to the basket. That is Ramel Hicks. But he will go to the free throw line. That foul will be on Charles Bryant. Something to keep an eye on. Charles Bryant now has 3 fouls. Him and TJ McAllister, the two Cougars, with 3 fouls in this ball game. That'll set Gordon Rogo up at the free throw line. Did not take any free throws in the first half. Knocks down his first attempt. For Rogo, that is his first point of the afternoon. Coming into today, 9 of 14 from the free throw line. That's 64%, averaging 7 points per contest. He can't knock down the second free throw on that trip. Good screen by Jones. West couldn't get it to him on the roll. Here is Robinson. Now it's Jones. Backing down front. Help comes, dumps it off. It's lost by Hawkins. 3-on-1 for Randolph. That is Rogo to the basket for a foul. That'll be on Austin DeLucia. That'll be DeLucia's second foul of the ball game. So for Rogo, back-to-back trips to the free throw line in subsequent possessions for the Wildcats. 1 of 2 the last trip. He's got a rebound and a turnover and 1 foul. That's about it for him, and he's now 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Played in 11 minutes. As Devontae Pennell checks in for Trevor West. Some special instructions from West for Pennell. 3 in the backcourt for the Wildcats, and that is Frund who tips it into the Wildcat bench. It'll be Averett basketball. So 0 for 2 for Rogo on that trip. Make it 1 for 4 on the afternoon, and the free throws have continued to be an issue for Randolph College. Now 8 of 19 from the free throw line. Here is Robinson. Pennell, as that is Carter Jones fighting underneath. Austin DeLucia for 3. A good rebound by Carter Jones. That'll reset the offense for the Cougars. Robinson spinning into the lane. Right hand floater, no good. Rebound goes to Toe. Andy Toe gives it up. Here is Seth Wimbish in the corner looking for help and finds Rogo. Crossing over. Ramel Hicks loses the basketball. Cougars will have it the other way. So some good defense by Averett, forcing another turnover. Going to look at the turnover numbers. Averett 6, Randolph College 8 after that last one. Averett also winning the rebound battle 24-18. Down low on the pick and roll. Carter Jones for 2 and a foul. Great bounce pass off the pick. Carter Jones found himself with an easy layup, and now he'll step to the free throw line where he's had a pretty decent day. Give Carter Jones 8 points now from the field. Excuse me, that'll actually be 4 points from the field, 4 from the line. 5th free throw attempt on the afternoon for Jones does not fall. He's 4 for 5 from the line. Timeout? No. Knocked out of bounds. Possession stays with Randolph College. Carter Jones, 15 minutes, 8 points, 4 boards, 2 in the offensive glass. He's got 2 steals and a block. All of that in 15 minutes. That is Eddie giving it up. Here is Zach Desgain down low. Andy Toe off the bottom of the backboard as he's fouled. That foul will go on Austin DeLucia. 3 now for DeLucia. He matches Charles Bryant and TJ McAllister for 3 fouls apiece on the Cougars. Toe knocks down his first free throw attempt of the afternoon. His first point of the afternoon. Very limited minutes for him. He was 1 for 2 coming into today, and he finishes that possession with more free throws made than the entire rest of the season combined for him. 3 for 4 on the season now. First 2 for Toe in the afternoon. Robinson loses the handle. Some good defense on Carter Jones down low by Toe. He's still battling, looking for a way to get possession. Here is Hawkins. Dumps it out. DeLucia pump fakes the 3, kicks it back to Hawkins. 5 on the shot clock. Hawkins takes it at the top of the key and knocks it down. Nice shot by Hawkins with the shot clock winding down and a hand in his face. He was able to knock it down. 1 for 4. That's his first field goal. 2 points, 2 boards, and an assist off the bench. Into the corner. This is Corey Brown. And it's off the bottom of the backboard on the pass. Toe couldn't knock it down as he recovered what really was almost a turnover. DeLucia drives baseline to the basket, and it's going to be a foul. That foul will go on Jason Eddy. His second. Frund will check back into the game for Andy Toe, who has had limited minutes. He had a minute in the first half, and he had a minute so far in the second half, and that's about it. So Frund steps back in. It'll be an inbound for Jacoby Hawkins along the baseline. Nice pass to Carter Jones, who goes up with the left hand, fighting through contact. That's a very athletic play for the big guy. He just couldn't get it to fall. He'll go to the line for 2. So that is Frund. That is Frund with his 4th personal foul. And Carter Jones misses back-to-back free throws.
22-14.
So Frund was off the court, came on the court, now he's off the court again with the foul trouble. So 4 personal fouls on him. Wimbish checks back in. This will be a foul. It'll be on Devontae Pinnell. Pinnell played some valuable minutes in that first half. I named him my Trophy and Sign Center player of the half. That foul, however, will put Randolph College on the free throw line for a 1-and-1. In that first half, Devontae Pinnell, 12 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 3 shooting, all from downtown. That is going to be Evan Horn knocking down the free throw, his first of 2 on the 1-and-1. His first points of the afternoon. And it'll stay at 1 point as he fails on the second attempt. Pinnell, 3 rebounds in that first half to go this 3 points and 3 assists. So a very, very productive day for him off the bench in that first half. Looking for it to continue here in the second half. Definitely the spark plug of this team as Contreras has his shot blocked in the lane. This is Horn bringing it up the other way. In the lane along the baseline, he will be sent to the free throw line. Yet again, that is Bradley Robinson with his 3rd foul. So a host of Cougars with 3 fouls. That's Charles Bryant, Austin DeLucia, Bradley Robinson, and TJ McAllister, all with 3 personals. Evan Horn knocks down his first attempt. In 7 games, he came in 0 for 3 from the free throw line. He's 3 for 4 in 2 trips, back-to-back possessions. Contreras with Horn there defensively, gets a screen from Absher. Pinnell comes out, swinging it around. A lot of perimeter offense with Carter Jones on the bench. Really, all 5 guys can play from the perimeter in this lineup. Here is West, no good. Rebound goes to Jason Eddy. Now it's Horn bringing it up the floor. Averett with this small lineup, everybody can play perimeter defense as well. That shot no good on the interior. Rebound corralled by Charles Bryant. Here comes Pinnell. Really, it's kind of a combination between Absher and Bryant in the middle. That time it's Bryant with the right hand, no good. As myself and Jay Stevens almost had a late Christmas present coming to us on the scorer's table. That one out of bounds. We will reset with Davis Absher on the inbound. They wanted to hit Jay from way downtown. Right about the half-court line. Here's Contreras. Down low to Bryant. West, no good on the air ball from the baseline. Still underneath. Charles Bryant gets it home with the left hand. Nice feed from underneath by Davis Absher. It'll be a full timeout on the floor. Your score, 56-48. Cougars on top here in this one. 9 minutes, 41 seconds to go. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. We will be right back. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. Matt Johnson here, bringing you more second half action here at Averett University's Grant Center, Danville, Virginia. 9-point lead for the Cougars, 57-48, coming out of a full timeout. Here is Randolph College with the possession. Zach Desgain crossing over, stolen by Devontae Pinnell. Charles Bryant kicks it up to Trevor West. It's a one-on-one in the front court. Here is West, who has it knocked out of bounds along the baseline, fighting for the Cougars. A great job by Pinnell. Pinnell, I was looking at some of the conference statistics and some of the conference leaders here in the USA South. Devontae Pinnell so far leading the conference, 77% three-point shooting. Of course, Pinnell does not take the most amount of three-pointers in the conference. He's 10 of 13, though, to start the season. That is tipped out of bounds along the Averett bench. It'll stay Averett basketball. Pinnell set to inbound from in front of Coach Snow along the bench. Pinnell entered the game, as we said, 10 of 13 from long distance, 1 of 3 in this contest from long distance. Here is West crossing over, drives, hits the deck. And let's see what it is. It'll be a foul on Randolph College. Ryan Fields with the foul for the Wildcats. Fields' first foul of the game. Free throw was no good. Here is Zach Desgain bringing it up the floor. Absher there defensively. Bryant on the switch, back out. This is Wimbish. Dumps it off to Fields. Driving, kicks it out. Riles Scott with an easy drive to the basket. The right-handed finger roll will make it a 7-point ball game. Bradley Robinson set to check in for the Cougars as he takes a seat in front of the scorer's table. Down low, Absher looking for help, gives it to Bryant, spinning to the inside, right hand, no good off the back iron. Zach Desgain battling with Pinnell up the floor along the sideline near the scorer's table. Wimbish high off the glass for 2. A good drive to the basket by Seth Wimbish. Timeout Wildcats, in the Randolph College Wildcats are battling back here in the second half. It's a 5-point ball game, 57-52. Averett still in control. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. We'll be right back after these commercials. Welcome back to AU Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. bringing you more second half action. It's a 5-point ball game, 57-52 Averett. Still in control, but Randolph College making a push. Your lineup for the Cougars: Trevor West, Bradley Robinson, Devontae Pinnell, James Contreras, and Carter Jones, the man in the middle. West looking to feed Jones. He does. Back out to West, and almost a miscommunication there. 10 on the shot clock for the Cougars. Still time. West open off the screen from Jones. No good. Rebound to Wimbish. Key defensive possession here for the Cougars. Still a 2-possession ball game. Fields dumps it off to Eddie. And that's Wimbish, no good. Fighting on the boards is Pinnell and Jones. It's going to be Jones that comes up with it. And Averett's slowly going to bring it up the floor. Under 7 minutes to play in this one. Robinson has been very limited with his shot selection. Pinnell takes a three and he makes it. Had a hand in his face, but he knocked it down. Devontae Pinnell now 2 for 4 from downtown. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And it will stay a 30-second timeout for now. While it is a 30-second timeout, why don't we take a look at our upcoming schedule for basketball. Obviously the men playing today, and then they'll play again January 6th at North Carolina Wesleyan. That's a 7:30 p.m. start. Wesleyan will be a contest in which opening up conference play, so that's a big deal for the Cougars as they open against the battling Bishops here on January 6th at their place. Coming up in probably about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, it'll be the Averett women taking on Hollins College. That game, part of this broadcasted doubleheader for you at home here on AU Sports Network. Looking down the road, Greensboro on the 9th, William Peace on the 13th. Both of those home games for the men. With the timeout over, back to play. Here's Desgain, who brought it across the half-court line. Contreras comes out to greet him there defensively. Corey Brown back to Desgain. Down low, beautiful alley-oop backdoor layup. Ryan Fields off a nice feed from Zach Desgain. 60-54 your score. Pinnell working around Desgain. Got the look he wanted, but it did not fall on the floater. Devontae Pinnell, that was his first look. That was not a three-pointer. He's 2 for 4 from downtown. Came into the game leading the USA South in three-point shooting at 77% and a kick ball on Pinnell. Substitutions for the Wildcats. We're going to have 15 seconds put on the shot clock, so that'll add 3 seconds for the Wildcats. (60-54), Cougars in control. Catch and shoot from the corner for Scott, no good. West going to trot it up the floor nice and easy. Bryant down low to Jones, front there defensively. Jones backing down. Looks like he lost his footing. kept possession and dumped it out to Contreras. Now West setting up a play. Gets a screen from Jones. Robinson, 4 on the shot clock. He takes it and he makes it! Bradley Robinson for 3 and a foul. So a 4-point play opportunity for Bradley Robinson, who now is 3 for 3 from downtown. He's got 4 boards, an assist, and an opportunity to knock down his first free throw of the afternoon, and he does. The 7th all-time leading scorer in Averett men's basketball history. 10 points on the afternoon today after that free throw. Trevor West leads all scorers with 14 in this one. As that is Zach Desgain down low, no good. And it looked like he slapped it out of the hands of Carter Jones, so it's out of bounds. Averett possession. Austin DeLucia will replace Carter Jones, as Charles Bryant set to inbound to Trevor West. Four and a half minutes to play in this one. Averett back in control. The shot waved off as that foul is on Charles Bryant. Another foul for him. That'll make number 4 for Bryant. Corey Brown enters the game for Riles Scott. The freshman replaced by the senior. Here is Brown. Good screen by Frund on Bryant. Driving to the basket, stolen by Robinson. Great defense by the Cougars on the interior. And now Averett has a full shot clock to take some time to figure out what they want to do. A nice turnover by the defense. Austin DeLucia for 3, no good. Offensive rebound almost slapped out of the hands of Bryant and into the rim by Frund. Desgain in the lane, a nice floater for 2. Good touch by Zach Desgain. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout, so stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more second half action here between the Averett men and the Randolph College Wildcats. And then following this, we'll continue our doubleheader with our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show, and then we'll get into our Daily 7 pregame show of Averett and Hollins, the women, coming up shortly after this one. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We'll be back with the conclusion of the first half of your doubleheader. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. We are here bringing you more coverage of the second half between Averett and Randolph College here in the first half of your doubleheader this afternoon. Averett Sports Network, everything that is Averett basketball and more. Robinson running the offense, had to get rid of it, does. DeLucia swings it around to West. Dumps it off. DeLucia pump fakes, drives along the baseline, kicks out wide open. Trevor West for 3. Trevor West leads all scorers in this one, 17 points for him, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. He's had a very, very strong showing this afternoon. Seth Wimbish way off on the triple attempt. It's going to be James Contreras dumping it off to West, and he will slow it down once again for this Averett offense that appears to be in control of this one. Jones sets the screen for Contreras, now backing into the paint. DeLucia pump fakes, drives, right-handed floater, no good, tips it up, and it'll be recovered by Seth Wimbish for the Wildcats. Under 2.5 to play. 67-56. Desgain on the drive with the right hand. It does not go. That will be a foul on Bradley Robinson. Oh, no, actually calling on West. I thought I saw a 5. It will not be the 4th foul on Robinson. Instead, it'll be the first foul on Trevor West. First free throw on that trip forward. Desgain falls. He's hit his last 3 free throws, 3 for 6 from the line. 9 points, 3 of 8 from the field. By far, well, not by far, but he's played the most minutes for the Wildcats this afternoon with 32. That time he knocks down both his free throws on that trip, so 10 points for Desgain, right at his average. Contreras. Offense focusing on very crisp passing, trying to protect the basketball, but there it's lost. Slapped out of the hands by Robinson. Desgain gets it up. Riles Scott for 2 in transition, high off the glass. Timeout Wildcats. And don't count Randolph College out of this one yet. It's a 7-point ball game with 1:50 seconds to go. 30-second timeout on the floor, so we will stay right here during the timeout and look at some of the statistics here in this one. Looking at the numbers, Averett's been out rebounding Randolph College all afternoon. Right now, still a 5-rebound edge in that department. Averett crashing the offensive glass extremely hard. 10 offensive boards compared to Randolph College's 2. So a lot of second chance opportunities for the Cougars, and they've been converting, leading the second chance points 11-2 compared to Randolph. So those second chance points, and also coupling that with 11 turnovers by Randolph College, giving Averett plenty of opportunities to shine here in this one. Averett really has not gotten to the free throw line like we're necessarily used to seeing. 4 free throws made in each half. Only 11 total free throw attempts and 8 makes for the Cougars from the free throw line. Your lineup on the floor for the Cougars is going to be Contreras, West, Robinson, Bryant, and DeLucia. Frund is playing on Bryant. A good matchup, presumably, for the Wildcats. 4 on the shot clock. Averett needs to get something up. It's Contreras off the front rim, no good. Bryant on the offensive glass for 2. And a foul. No, it's going to be a timeout. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Cougars. A great job by Charles Bryant crashing the glass. And the 30-second timeout means we will stay right here on Averett Sports Network. Bryant, 14 points in 27 minutes for the young fella. 7 of 12 shooting from the floor. He's attempted a three. He missed it. Has not been to the free throw line. He's got 6 boards, 3 of them on the offensive glass. He's got an assist. He's also got 4 fouls as well. However, with a 9-point margin and only 76 seconds remaining in the contest. Does not seem that the foul trouble will mean all that much to Coach David Duino and the rest of the Averett lineup. Bryant on the floor. Your lineup for the Cougars. It'll be the starting five. Contreras, West, Robinson, Bryant, and Jones. Inbounding for Randolph College, this is Corey Brown. And now Zach Desgain to bring it up the floor. Crossing over into the lane. Gets a shot and a foul on Trevor West. Second foul on West. Desgain. 4 of 7 from the free throw line, make it 5 of 8. Taking the most free throw attempts for Randolph College this season. Sat at 65% free throw shooting coming into the game. He's got 11 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, and 2 turnovers. Pretty good numbers for a guy who's seemingly had the ball in his hand almost every possession, and he holds it quite frequently. So to only have 2 turnovers, a very good number for him. That pass stolen by Evan Ford. Desgain in the lane, kicks it, corner 3, and it's good. The 3 splashes for Reed Jacoby. (69-65). A big three-pointer by Reed Jacoby, the 8th assist for Zach Desgain. Full timeout on the floor. Stay with us here on Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson. More second half action, the conclusion of the first half of our doubleheader in store for you fans at home. And that is going to be a huge turnover on the inbounds pass. That was Devontae Pinnell called for traveling on the inbound. Inbound for Desgain, and immediately a foul called on Carter Jones. An off-ball foul. Ball wasn't even inbounded. Carter Jones pleading his case, but if I were a betting man, I don't think he's going to be heard out all that thorough. And Frund knocks it down. His first free throw attempt of the afternoon. The leading scorer for Randolph College, a 68% free throw shooter coming into the game, and he's 2 for 2 on that trip, and that makes it a 2-point ball game, 69-67. Here's West to Robinson. Averett really could use a basket on this possession while still taking time down. Good screen by Carter Jones. Here's Contreras. He's got 10 on the shot clock. Trevor West is going to reset. Good screen by Charles Bryant. West into the lane for 2. No good. Rebound by Zach Desgain. Shot clock is off and almost a backcourt violation. Nothing called, and Trevor West with the tie-up. And it's going to be a timeout on the floor. What a close play at half court. What looked like a backcourt violation is not. It'll be a timeout, Randolph College, a full timeout on the floor. Stay with us here on AU Sports Network. Welcome back to AU Sports Network. My name, Matt Johnson, here at the Grant Center in Danville, Virginia. Averett University hosting Randolph College. 2-point ball game, shot clock turned off, 17 seconds to play. Final possession for Randolph College. Down low, Frund in the post for 2, and it's a travel. No foul, it's a travel on Josh Frund, the freshman. And a big turnover will give Averett the possession back. Averett still not out of the woods yet. They need to inbound, preferably to Robinson or Contreras, 2 of their better free throw shooters. Definitely looking for Robinson on the inbound. Inbound to Pennell. Pennell escapes the defender, shaking him, and then gets wrapped up on the foul. Pennell almost having to pull his best Travis Jones impersonation, one of the Averett Cougars running backs trying to escape defenders in the open court. And Devontae Pennell with Averett in the bonus will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And a good opportunity for Devontae Pennell, the senior leader, who has played so well over the course of his 4 years for Averett University. Devontae Pennell, 5 of 6 from the free throw line entering this game. First attempt from him is true. Devontae Pennell makes it a 3-point ball game, 70-67, 8.4 seconds remaining in the contest. Pennell knocks it down. 2 of 2 on that trip. He's had some clutch baskets for the Cougars. Now Averett just needs to play some defense. Don't foul on the perimeter, but nothing easy. Definitely need to play tight on the perimeter. Desgain steps up. Everybody wanted to travel. Corey Brown for three. No good. Rebound, Charles Bryant. And the foul from Desgain. But it'll not be in time. That'll do it. 71-67. Averett University holds on over Randolph College. A tight win for the Cougars. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back following this. We have our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show, and following our postgame show, we'll work right into our Daily 7 pregame show for the women's game coming up, and that'll be the second half of our doubleheader this afternoon. We got a 25-minute break. Stay with us, though. Coming up, our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show and our Daily 7 pregame show for the women hosting Hollins College here in a few minutes. Stay with us on Averett Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Averett Sports Network. My name is Matt Johnson, bringing you live coverage here from the Grant Center, Danville, Virginia, Averett University in a doubleheader right now. The men just finished up a 71-67 victory over the Randolph College Wildcats in what was a nail-biting thriller at the end there. It was Devontae Pinnell knocking down two clutch free throws to secure the victory, and a good defensive effort from the Cougars, forcing a traveling violation on Josh Frund, the freshman center. That set up those free throws for Pinnell. So a 4-point victory for the Cougars, who move on to 9-2 on the regular season. That is 9-2 overall. They have not started conference play. They will start conference play here on January 6th against the North Carolina Wesleyan Battling Bishops. looking into today's action here in our Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show. We're going to start with our Piedmont Glass postgame analysis. Looking at it, it was the matchup down low that worked in favor, actually, of Randolph College between Josh Frund and Carter Jones. CJ had a tough day in the middle, 22 minutes, 9.6 boards, only 2 of 5 from the field. He did hit 5 of 7 free throws, but Frund excelled in 22 minutes, matching up primarily with Jones. 14 points, 4 boards, 6 of 8 shooting for the freshman. He did turn it over 3 times, including that key turnover, the traveling violation underneath the basket that set up Devontae Pinnell for 2 free throws after a foul. Looking at it otherwise, it was a tough day shooting free throws. Randolph College really did Averett a lot of favors, shooting 19 of 31 from the free throw line. Really, it was a matter of, in the first half, shooting 6 of 14. They did clean it up in the second half, 13 out of 17 from the charity stripe. However, it would not be enough. Averett converted 9 3-point field goals. They shot 9 of 23. That's 39% from behind the arc, 42% for the entire game. And they only converted 10 out of 13 free throws. However, it was still good enough for the 4-point edge. Looking at our Trophy and Sign Center player of the game, our American National Bank Big Money player of the game, it's going to be, I'm going to go with Devontae Pinnell. It could really be a toss-up in my eyes between Charles Bryant and Devontae Pinnell, but Pinnell knocking down those 2 clutch free throws at the end, having a huge first half. Some real tough hustle play there mixed in the second half. Really, to me, he was the epitome of what got this win out for the Cougars by 4 points, not to mention those 2 free throws at the end. He had 21 minutes, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 of those on the offensive glass. He also knocked out a couple of rebounds, ended up being recovered by the Averett rebounders. So he really kind of had more rebounds than it shows on the stat sheet, poking balls loose and getting extra possessions. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line, those 2 clutch free throws at the end. He hit 2 out of 4 3-pointers and was 2 of 5 overall. Really, it was just his effort off the bench, his hustle in earning those extra possessions. To me, that is what helped Averett secure this victory more than anything. Charles Bryant, not to say he was outdone, he also had an extremely solid showing. Once again, 28 minutes, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 of those on the offensive glass. He had an assist and shot 7 of 12 from the field. He did miss the only 3-pointer he took. Charles Bryant still had an outstanding day, the leading scorer for the Cougars and the conference's leading rebounder on the day. Another solid outing for him. And that'll just about wrap things up here as we go to our Chick-fil-A final stats. Cougar fans, get your tailgate party started off right with the off-the-grill taste of a Chick-fil-A grilled sandwich or the savory flavor of their chicken nuggets. Need a shot of caffeine to get you started in the morning? Be sure to try one of their new iced or hot coffees available at both Danville locations. And looking at some of the final numbers, we mentioned it. It was the free throw shooting in the first half that put Randolph way behind the 8 ball. Started 6 of 14 from the free throw line, went into halftime down 10. Really from there on out, it was an uphill battle. They were able to pull it within 2 and with a 69-67 lead for Averett. And then it was turned over by Josh Frund off the inbound, called for traveling underneath the basket. Averett took over. Inbound to Devontae Pinnell, eluded a couple defenders, taking time off the clock, and then eventually intentionally fouled, went to the line, knocked down 2 free throws, and that was all she wrote, and the ladies still singing. So that'll just about wrap that one up. Averett improves to 9-2 overall in the regular season. They have not started conference play. Once again, that'll start on January 6th with North Carolina Wesleyan. And Randolph College will fall to 7-4 on the regular season, a non-conference game today for them. They are 1-1 in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference of their own. So 2 very good teams showing some very good basketball here in the early going this afternoon. Let's see if the Averett women can continue what the men started. So thank you for joining us on our Buffalo Wild Wings post-game show. Stay with us in a few minutes here on AU Sports Network. We will have the Averett women hosting Hollins College. It'll be a 2 o'clock matchup, tip-off coming soon. Stay with us on AU Sports Network. We will be back.
This has been a production of the Averett Sports Network.